Bruce Lee is standing in line at Los Angeles International Airport when a customs officer mocks his accent and tells him to speak proper English. What Bruce does in the next 30 seconds doesn't just silence the officer. It becomes one of the most retold stories in martial arts history. And what happens 15 years later, that's what proves the real power wasn't in Bruce's fist. It was in his character. Los Angeles International Airport, October 1971, Thursday afternoon, 3:45 p.m. Terminal 2 International arrival. The air thick with that airport smell. Jet fuel, coffee, cleaning chemicals, and the exhaustion of thousands of travelers moving through a concrete and glass maze. The fluorescent lights buzz overhead, casting that harsh institutional glow that makes everyone look tired and washed out. Bruce Lee has just stepped off a flight from Hong Kong. 15 hours in the air. Economy class, middle seat, squeezed between a businessman who snored and a woman with a crying baby. Bruce couldn't afford first class. Not yet. He's not the global icon he'll become. Not yet the highest paid actor in the world. Right now, in October 1971, he's a struggling martial arts instructor and minor actor trying to make it in Hollywood. He just spent 6 weeks in Hong Kong filming a low-budget kung fu movie called The Big Boss, his first lead role, his first real chance. The movie won't release for another month. Bruce has no idea it's about to make him a superstar in Asia. No idea everything is about to change. He's wearing simple clothes, dark slacks, a button-down shirt, a light jacket. His hair is cut short, professional. He's carrying one small suitcase and a leather carry-on bag. Everything he owns fits in those two bags. He looks like any other traveler. Tired, ready to be home, ready to see Linda and the kid. Brandon is 6 now. Shannon is 2. Bruce hasn't seen them in 6 weeks. Misses them desperately. The homesickness has been crushing. He moves through the arrival terminal following the signs toward customs and immigration. The terminal is crowded. Business travelers in suits. Families with crying children. College students with backpacks. Everyone tired. Everyone wanting to get through the bureaucracy and go home. The customs area is a long room with a dozen inspection stations. Each station is a counter with a customs officer behind it checking passports, asking questions, searching bags. The officers wear navy blue uniform, official badge, American flags on their shoulder. Most look bored, going through the motions, stamps and questions and routine, processing thousands of people every day. Faces blur together. Nobody stands out. Bruce gets in line behind 20 other passengers. The line moves slowly. One by one, people approach the counter, show their passport, answer questions. Most get waved through in 60 seconds. Occasional bags get searched. Occasional travelers get pulled aside for additional questioning. But mostly it's routine. Bureaucratic machinery grinding forward. Bruce's line leads to Station 7. The officer behind the counter is white, late 40s, thinning hair combed over, thick neck, the soft belly of someone who sits all day. His face has that weathered, perpetually irritated look of someone who hates their job, who resents the people passing through, who sees travelers as annoyances rather than human beings. His name tag reads J. Morrison. No first name, just the initial and last name. Official, impersonal, a barrier between him and the public. Bruce watches Officer Morrison process the travelers ahead of him, watches the micro-expression, the way Morrison's face changes depending on who approaches. White travelers get neutral politeness, quick stamp, move along. Black travelers get extra scrutiny, more questions, passive-aggressive delays. Asian travelers get visible contempt, slow processing, deliberate disrespect masked as procedure. Bruce sees all this, recognizes the pattern. He's experienced racism his entire life. In Hong Kong, where he was too American. In America, where he's too Chinese. Caught between worlds, never fully accepted in either. He's developed thick skin, learned to navigate prejudice, learned when to fight and when to let it slide. But the exhaustion makes it harder. The homesickness makes it harder. Right now, he just wants to get home. Doesn't want conflict, just wants to see his family. Bruce's turn arrived. He steps forward to the counter, sets his carry-on bag down, hands his passport to Officer Morrison. The passport is American. Bruce is a U.S. citizen. Born in San Francisco while his parents were touring with a Chinese opera company. Raised in Hong Kong. Returned to America at 18. Became a citizen. This is his country. Legally, officially. Officer Morrison takes the passport, opens it, looks at the photo, looks at Bruce. His eyes narrow slightly. He sees an Asian face, makes immediate assumption. Immigrant, foreigner, doesn't belong. Doesn't matter what the passport says. Morrison asks asks, purpose of travel? Bruce answers, business. His accent is noticeable, not heavy, but present. That Hong Kong inflection, the way vowels stretch, the way certain consonants shift. English is Bruce's first language, but years in Hong Kong have layered a Cantonese accent over it. Morrison's lip curls slightly, distaste. He asks, what kind of business? Bruce says, I'm an actor. I was filming a movie in Hong Kong. Morrison looks Bruce up and down, taking in the simple clothes, the modest luggage, the tired face. He smirks, says, actor, right? The tone drips with skepticism, with mockery. The implication clear. This small Asian man isn't a real actor, probably doing manual labor, lying about his profession, trying to seem more important than he is. Bruce stays calm, says nothing, just waits for Morrison to finish processing the passport. Morrison flips through the passport pages slowly, deliberately slow, making Bruce wait. A small power play. He stops at the visa stamp, multiple entries and exits from Hong Kong. Morrison's eyes narrow further. He says, you travel to Hong Kong a lot. Bruce says, I was born there. My family lives there. Morrison says, but you're an American citizen. Bruce says, yes. Morrison says, so why do you spend so much time in Hong Kong? Bruce explains patiently, says he teaches martial art, does acting work, goes back and forth for business and family. Simple, legal, nothing suspicious. Morrison nods slowly, but his expression says he doesn't believe it. Says he thinks Bruce is hiding something. Says he thinks there's more to the story. He asks, what's in the bag? Bruce says, clothes, personal item. Morrison says, open them. Bruce opens his suitcase. Inside, folded clothes, training gear, a few books, toiletries. Nothing unusual, nothing illegal, just the belongings of a man who's been away for 6 weeks. Morrison rummages through the suitcase, pulls items out, holds up Bruce's training pants, says, what's this? Bruce says, training clothes for martial art. Morrison drops them back in the suitcase carelessly, pulls out a book. It's a martial arts manual. Chinese characters on the cover. Morrison can't read it. He holds it up, says, what's this say? Bruce translates, it's a book about kung fu techniques. Morrison's smirk grows. He says, kung fu, says it like it's a joke, like it's children playing pretend. He drops the book back, pulls out more items, making a mess, not searching for contraband, just asserting dominance, showing Bruce who has power here. Other travelers in line are watching now, uncomfortable. Some look sympathetic, some look annoyed at the delay, some look away, not wanting to get involved. Morrison finishes searching the suitcase, finds nothing suspicious because there's nothing to find. He tells Bruce to close it. Bruce repacks his belongings, trying to maintain order, trying to keep his clothes from wrinkling further. Then Morrison says something that crosses a line. He leans forward slightly, lowers his voice just enough that it feels personal rather than official. He says, you know, if you're going to live in America, you should learn to speak proper English. That accent makes you sound uneducated. The words land like a slap. The line behind Bruce goes completely silent. Everyone heard it. Everyone knows what just happened. This isn't procedure. This isn't policy. This is personal racism, deliberate humiliation, and abuse of power. Bruce stands there, 15 hours of travel, 6 weeks away from family, exhaustion in his bone. And now this petty, small man with a badge trying to make him feel inferior, trying to put him in his place, trying to remind him that no matter what his passport says, he'll always be seen as foreign, as less than, as other. Bruce could explode, could yell, could demand to speak to a supervisor, could make a scene. His entire body is a weapon. He could reach across this counter and show Officer Morrison what real power looks like, what 135 pounds of pure skill and speed can do to a soft, out-of-shape bureaucrat, could teach him a lesson he'd never forget. But Bruce doesn't do any of that, because Bruce Lee understands something fundamental about power. Real power isn't in destroying people. It's in controlling yourself, in choosing your response, in teaching without violence. Bruce looks at Officer Morrison. Direct eye contact, steady, calm. His voice is quiet but clear. He says, my English is fine. My accent is part of who I am. I speak 4 languages. How many do you speak? Morrison's face flushes. Embarrassment, anger. He wasn't expecting Bruce to push back. Wasn't expecting intelligence. With confidence. Bruce continues, I'm curious about something. You have a problem with my accent. You think it makes me sound uneducated. But I notice you have no problem cashing paychecks that come from taxpayers like me. Taxpayers with accent. Taxpayers who look different than you. The people in line behind Bruce are fully invested now. Watching, waiting. Some are smiling slightly, enjoying watching this customs officer get verbally dismantled. Morrison's face goes from red to deep crimson. He says, watch your tone. Bruce says, my tone is respectful. Can you say the same about yours? Stalemate. Morrison realizes he's losing this confrontation. Realizes he picked the wrong person to bully. But he can't back down now. Not in front of witnesses. Not with his authority challenged. Morrison says, step aside. aside. I need to conduct a more thorough inspection. It's retaliation. Punishment for talking back. For not accepting humiliation quietly. Bruce knows this. Everyone in line knows this. But Bruce has a choice. He can escalate, refuse, demand a supervisor, make this a bigger conflict. Or he can do something else. Something unexpected. Bruce says, before you do that, I want to show you something. It'll take 30 seconds. Then you can inspect whatever you want. Morrison is suspicious, confused, says, show me what? Bruce says, a demonstration of what my uneducated accent is capable of building. Morrison doesn't understand, but he's curious despite himself. Says, what kind of demonstration? Bruce points to the floor, says, I'm going to do push-up, but not normal push-up. I'm going to do them on one finger, my index finger, 30 seconds. If I can do it, you stamp my passport and let me go home to my family. If I can't, you can search every item I own. Deal? The request is so bizarre that Morrison doesn't know how to respond. One finger push-up. Impossible. This small Asian man is delusional, but Morrison sees an opportunity, sees a chance to humiliate Bruce even further, make him fail publicly, prove that all his confidence is just bluster. Morrison says, fine, do it. Bruce sets his bag aside, steps away from the counter. The entire customs area is watching now. Other officers, other travelers, everyone stops what they're doing. Something interesting is happening. A break in the monotony. Bruce gets down on the floor. Concrete floor. Hard, cold, dirty from thousands of shoes. He positions himself in push-up position. But instead of using his palms, he extends only his right index finger. Plants it on the ground. Lifts his body. His entire 135 pounds balanced on one finger and his toe. The crowd gasped. It looks impossible. The finger should break, should buckle. The human body shouldn't be able to do this. But Bruce Lee isn't a normal human body. Bruce Lee has spent 20 years conditioning his body into something extraordinary. His finger doesn't bend, doesn't shake, supports his full weight effortlessly. Then he starts lowering himself, slowly, controlled. His chest approaches the ground. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches. The finger holds straight, unwavering, core engaged, perfect form, perfect control. He pushes back up, smooth, explosive power from a single finger. 1 rep. The crowd is stunned. Some people are recording on camera. This is 1971. Cameras are bulky, film is expensive, but some people have them, capturing this moment. Bruce doesn't stop at 1. He does a second rep, down, controlled breathing, no strain visible on his face, just focus, just discipline, just years of training manifesting in impossible physical achievement. 3 rep, 4, 5. The crowd starts counting out loud. 6, 7, 8. Bruce's breathing stays steady. His form stays perfect. The finger hold. No shaking, no guabring. 9, 10, 11. Officer Morrison's face has gone from smug to shocked to something approaching awe. He's never seen anything like this. Didn't know the human body could do this. 12, 13, 14. Bruce is sweating now. The effort is real. This isn't easy even for him. 1 finger push-ups require extraordinary strength, balance, and conditioning. But Bruce makes it look controlled, makes it look possible. 15, 16, 17. Some people in the crowd are taking notes. Some are just staring, mouths open. Some are applauding between count. 19, 20. Bruce pushes through. His body is screaming. His finger joint is under enormous pressure. But his mind is stronger than his body. His will overrides physical limitation. 21, 22. The 30-second mark passes. Bruce has more than proven his point, but he doesn't stop. Does one more. 23. Then stands up smoothly, like he just tied his shoe. Not like he just performed a feat most humans couldn't do with 2 hands, let alone 1 finger. The customs area erupts in applause. Travelers clapping. Some officers clapping despite themselves. The sound echoes through the terminal. Bruce doesn't acknowledge it, just walks back to the counter, looks at Officer Morrison, says nothing, just wait. Morrison is speechless. His face shows confusion, embarrassment, something else, grudging respect. He just witnessed something impossible. Witnessed this small Asian man with the accent do something Morrison couldn't do in a million years of training. Bruce extends his right hand, the same hand, the finger he just did 23 push-ups on, says 5 words, quiet, calm, without malice, just truth. Strength comes in many forms. Those 5 words carry more weight than any insult, any threat, any display of ego. They contain a philosophy, a worldview, a challenge to Morrison's narrow understanding of what strength means, what intelligence means, what worth means. Morrison takes Bruce's hand, shakes it. His grip is weak compared to Bruce's. He can feel the power in Bruce's hand, the conditioning, the discipline. He says quietly, so only Bruce can hear, I apologize. That was out of line. Bruce nods, accepts accepts the apology, says, "We all have bad days. You have power in your position. Use it to help people, not hurt them." Morrison stamps Bruce's passport, hands it back, says, "Welcome home, Mr. Lee." Bruce takes his passport, his bag, walks toward the exit. The crowd parts for him. Some people nod, some thank him. One elderly Chinese woman touches his arm as he passes, says in Cantonese, "You made us proud." Bruce doesn't feel proud, just tired. He did what he had to do, defended his dignity without violence, taught a lesson without humiliation. That's all. Now he just wants to go home. But the story doesn't end there. The real ending comes 15 years later. July 1986. Bruce Lee has been dead for 13 years, died suddenly at 32 in Hong Kong, left behind a legacy that transformed martial arts, broke down racial barriers in Hollywood, inspired millions. His films are classic. His philosophy is studied. His name is legend. Linda Lee, Bruce's widow, receives a letter forwarded from the Bruce Lee Foundation. The envelope is worn, the handwriting shaky. Inside is a 3-page letter written in careful, deliberate script. The letter is from J. Morrison, the customs officer from LAX. October 1971. Morrison writes that he doesn't know if Linda will read this, doesn't know if she'll care, but he needs to write it, needs to explain something that's haunted him for 15 years. He writes about that day at the airport, about mocking Bruce's accent, about the one-finger push-up, about the 5 words Bruce said, "Strength comes in many forms." Morrison writes that those words broke something in him, made him see his own smallness, his own prejudice, his own abuse of power. He went home that night and couldn't stop thinking about Bruce, about the grace Bruce showed, about how Bruce could have humiliated him, could have gotten him fired, could have made him pay for his racism, but didn't, just showed him something beautiful, something impossible, then walked away. Morrison writes that he started researching Bruce, rented his movies, read about his philosophy, learned about Jeet Kune Do, about being like water, about absorbing what is useful and rejecting what is useless, about having no limitations as your only limitation. Morrison writes that he changed his life, started treating travelers with respect, all travelers, regardless of accent, appearance, or background, started seeing his job not as a power position but as a service position, started asking himself before every interaction, what would Bruce Lee do? How many J. Morrisons are in your life right now? How many people treating you poorly out of their own pain, their own prejudice, their own smallness? And when that happens, do you destroy or do you teach? Do you escalate or do you demonstrate? Because 30 seconds of controlled power can change someone's entire life, can break cycles of hate, can save families, can create granddaughters who marry Vietnamese men and fathers who walk them down the aisle with pride instead of shame. Bruce understood that.
Chose démonstration over destruction.
Chose 30 seconds of impossible physical achievement and 5 words of truth over a confrontation that would have felt good for a moment but changed nothing. And those 30 seconds rippled forward into 15 years, into changed lives, into deathbed gratitude, into proof that real strength isn't in your fist. It's in your character. It's in your choice. It's in what you do when you have every right to hurt someone and choose to teach them instead. That's legacy. That's power. That's 30 seconds that echo forever.